Clinical legal education is based on the premise that law students learn most when they learn by doing and by actually engaging with, to the extent they can, with actual law practice, the way the law operates in a real world setting. Indeed, it's been described as the most important innovation in law teaching in the 20th century. Ireland is one of the later jurisdictions to come to clinical legal education, but NUIG Galway has one of the longest running, well-established programs. It's been going on for more than a decade. And in the course of that time, we've had hundreds of students placed with practitioners, solicitors, and barristers, non-governmental organizations, a variety of government bodies, and a whole host of different other opportunities, both here in Galway and across the country. It's a module, it's a second semester module that's available to all final year undergraduate students. And in the module, for about 8 to 10 hours a week, so the equivalent of one full working day for the entire term, they go out and again, they see how the law that they've studied in the lecture theater operates in a real world setting. And the key point about the program is that students are engaged in real legal work. The placements that we have agreements with, they're long-standing, they're trusted partners of ours, and the students actually work on real live cases. They do legal research, they meet with clients, they go to court, they're engaged in policy initiatives, they go to conferences, they help organize conferences, they do a whole range of things that they wouldn't otherwise get exposed to. And one of the things that they often say to us at the close of the placement is, it was fascinating to see one day I'd be sitting in an evidence lecture and hear about a certain concept, and then the very next day I'd be doing research and helping the solicitors at the firm I was working at actually put these things into practice. So they get to see simultaneously how the theory they're learning in the lecture theater works in a real world environment. The students who've been through the placement program to a person say that they learned a tremendous amount, and that means not just the legal aspects and all of that, but also being exposed to a professional work environment and all of the different things that go along with that, which quite frankly we can't teach them. I think in a tangible sense, the fact is a lot of our students come back to me and say that when they went for interviews, whether for traineeships or whatever it might be, a whole host of different things, the placement is something that will be really the focal point of the interview. And employers get it. They get it that it's a serious internship because it's within the curriculum. Our placements are within the curriculum, and students are assessed on how they perform in the workplace. So it's a real benefit in that. And in more recent years, there have been a number of students who have actually who've worked at solicitors firms and have been taken on as trainees as a result of their performance while on placement. So it's been an immensely rewarding experience for the students on a whole variety of different levels. And again, one of the good things for our law school is it's really given us a footprint and and made us outward looking, both here in the Galway legal community and more broadly across the country. It's important to state that the clinical legal education placements, they're the end point. Okay, we like to say in the law school that we start inculcating skills training from the very first year, and students do an awful lot of things when it comes to legal research, legal writing, legal analysis, increasingly mooting, all the things that lawyers do. We try to inculcate them into at a very early stage, and the reason we do that is because the fact is law is both an academic and a vocational discipline. It used to be that there was a very rigid distinction between vocational training that students would receive after they do a degree to become solicitors or barristers and the academic training that they do in the university law schools. Well, just like virtually every other jurisdiction around the world, we've hit the reality that that's a false distinction, that actually it's important to incorporate elements of both across a student's formation, both educationally and professionally. And indeed, in that regard, we've gotten tremendous amount of support from the professions, from solicitors, from the solicitors profession, from the barristers, from the King's Inn, Blackhall Place, who say that this is very important, that we start doing this stuff and start talking about the law in a practical sense at an early stage of students' education.